I mean, really, really, Florida State. I mean, you really got to be the absolute worst piece of trailer trash this side of the Dixie Mason. I mean, I've been listening to you guys, well, your fans anyway, talk about how you got robbed last year, how you deserve to be into the playoff. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. Not from that, what we just seen yesterday. I mean, that was straight garbage. And this is a funny thing. I had been telling this guy I work with who's a Florida State fan. I said, usually teams don't come back from a beatdown like they received from Florida State. I mean, not from Florida State, from Georgia in the Orange Bowl. And they be talking about, no, man, those was the second and third string players. It was still Florida State. It was still Florida State. And like I said, now I ain't gonna, I got to admit, I had y'all picked to beat Georgia Tech. I'm pretty sure everybody had you picked to win that game. This is the messed up part. Somebody gave you guys a number 10 ranking. So all you had to do was just show up. Just show up. You had the stage all to yourself. And what did you do? You did what Florida State normally does when it comes to the big game. You show everybody that you're nothing but trash. That's all y'all trash. I don't like you. Nobody likes you. The AD don't like you. I'm pretty sure your fans don't like you now. Now what? You had like a what was it, a 40-some% chance to make the playoff before this game started. Now you have less than a 1% chance of making the playoff. The season is pretty much over for you. I mean, there is really no need for you to even continue the season. Matter of fact, you shouldn't even come back to the United States. Just stay over there and forfeit all the games. You had the easiest path to the playoff. You only have who you got? You got Miami, Clemson, and Virginia Tech. That's all you had. You had those three games, and all you had to do was win two out of those three, and you done lost to Georgia Tech. And that their coach is a product of Nick Saban, so you can tell he's a great coach. Cause Georgia Tech actually just ran all over you guys. You guys walked into that game with so much confidence, and look what happened to you. You just showed the world that you are nothing but straight trailer trash. That's it. I would say you're the worst, but there's a piece of trash down in Auburn worse than you are. But we're going to get to them later on in some future videos. Now you got to go down and play Boston College. And you're going to have the stage all to yourself. Labor Day, you might have not even show up. I would have given you the chance to win that game, but I don't even think you're going to win that game. Not now after that performance you guys put on yesterday. I didn't even get a chance to see the game. I ended up going to work. But I watched the highlights, and you did not look like the number 10 team in the country. Nowhere near it. Well, as a Bama fan, you are one team I know we don't have to worry about. Now, I know we are not going to go undefeated. I don't think too many teams are going to go undefeated. I don't think anybody's going to go undefeated. If anybody got a chance to go undefeated, it's probably Ohio State. And it's going to be a daunting task for them. But they done paid like $12 million in the NIL. They done pretty much bought their team. Man, I got to admit though, I appreciate all the content because you guys looked terrible. Confident at first, but end result, straight garbage. I can tell this is gonna be an interesting year. I'm gonna be watching Florida State. I'm gonna be watching them guys. I'm trapped. Definitely gonna be watching you guys because you guys was running around here talking about you deserve to be in the playoff. You guys complain for what? Basically all summer about how you was robbed and It was you against the world. No, man, you against nobody. The season is pretty much over for you. That's one of the worst things about losing that first game, especially to an unranked team and you number 10. It's pretty much over for you. I'm kind of like happy for you too. I never liked you anyway. I never liked Florida State. Florida State, Ohio State, and that trailer trash down in Auburn, I could kill this. I love it when you guys lose. It gives me a lot to talk about. You can see the smile on my face. I am just elated. But there's a guy I work with. He actually graduated from Florida State. I had been telling him, I told him earlier, I said, teams usually don't come back from a beatdown like that from Georgia. Even though it's two different seasons, it's a different year. You start over from scratch. But losses like that linger with you. You just don't snap your fingers and it's all over. And this guy DJU, I mean, from what I seen on the highlights, that guy looked better last year at Oregon State. I don't know what he looked. From what I seen, he looked like he did when he was at Clemson. That's just what he looks like. Uh, he left Clemson, went to Oregon State, started to achieve, and then he regressed when he went back to Florida State. Just if he had any time to shine, yesterday was a time for him to really show out. But then again, maybe Georgia Tech is a little bit better than given credit for. Um, they look pretty good. They're a team that'll fight. They didn't give up. And I know where to get that from. That's from the coach, that Nick Saban pedigree. Because I can remember in past years, generally the third quarter, um, Georgia Tech appeared to be out of it. I mean, they'll play strong first half, but by the third quarter, Florida State used to wear them out. The size, skill, speed, talent. And that's another thing. From what I said yesterday, talent-wise, with all the money that you spent, you got guys from Alabama who's on the team, the running back, um, players you know bought from around the country, and you look terrible. You only scored 21 points. This is a era of high-power offenses, lots of scoring, and you guys put up 21 points against Georgia Tech. Now, what are you going to do when you go up against Miami, Virginia Tech, especially Clemson? Clemson usually always have a good defense. Now, this guy doesn't want to participate in NIL. He don't want to go out and bring in new players. He likes to build his players from within, which ain't nothing wrong with that, but be living in an area where you got to get out. Kind of like Nick Saban. Nick Saban had to get out of that mindset of just pounding and pounding and open up and get into a wide open offense. And once he did that, the championship started to come. But hey, I would like to thank Florida State for your performance yesterday. I sure put a smile on my face. And people are killing you. People are killing you. You had all those high hopes. You definitely was a sure. Well, I ain't gonna say sure lot for the playoff, but it looked pretty good because, like I said, you only got a 3.5 team conference. People are high on Virginia Tech. Some of the so-called experts are high on North Carolina State, but still, a 5-team conference. Come on, that 5-team. And I don't know if you played Notre Dame this year, but if you do, let me see. Do you play Notre Dame? Play Notre Dame this year. Let me see. You can see what y'all schedule look like. I wonder if you guys made it back yet. Like I said, y'all should stay over there. Nobody wants you back over here. You are an absolute disgrace. Okay, let me see what y'all got this year. Okay, y'all not really got. Y'all lost 63-3 against 3 points against Georgia. And y'all talking about y'all want Alabama. The team that couldn't beat Alabama, the number 2 team in the SEC beat y'all 63-3. I give it to you. Maybe y'all didn't have all y'all high power weapons, but still, you still Florida State. You should be better. You should be able to put up a better fight than that. But that's last year. I'll let y'all have that. Don't ask for Bama. Y'all don't want anything to do with what's going on in Tuscaloosa. Y'all do not want any of that. Even though Coach Saban is gone, the new coach, this guy was in the national championship game last year. He can coach. He's won everywhere he's been. Okay, so well, okay, you just lost to Georgia Tech. You got Boston College next. Let me see. Do you play Notre Dame? Yes, you do. You play Notre Dame on November 9th. 6-game season, pretty much. You guys are done for. Notre Dame. You got Florida. I don't know what Florida's going to look like this year. By the time Florida, I think Florida got the worst schedule in the country this year. By the time they get to you guys, they're going to be broke down and beaten up. You got a long road ahead. You got you Florida State fans. So I guess you can stop complaining and talking about you got short change in the playoff last year because you didn't deserve to be there. Even without all the injuries, you still, I don't know. Maybe you could have got. No, not with Alabama beating Georgia in the SEC championship. I was at that game. I knew he was gonna win that game when I saw them come out that tunnel. No, if it came down between you and Alabama, no. Alabama should be in the SEC, and we just beat the number 1 team in the country. No, you didn't deserve to be in the game in the first place. So our committee got it right. And if it wasn't for our terrible center, we would have won that game. But hey, coulda, shoulda, coulda, but we didn't. Another season. Now I'm sitting here, I'm tripping on you guys. Well, I know we're gonna lose the game. But I can tell you one thing, we're gonna lose. I doubt we lose to a team like Georgia Tech. That's not happening. Somebody like Georgia, maybe Georgia. Ole Miss gonna be pretty tough. LSU, got Oklahoma, got an SEC championship game. It's gonna be a pretty rough year for us with the transition of coaches. But hey, I think we're good enough to make the playoff. I know Florida State's not gonna be in the playoff. You guys look a hot mess yesterday. Everybody is destroying you guys, and you got a whole week. That's the messed up part. Now maybe if some other teams are playing, and there was like some upsets, people might forget about you guys because you guys lost early yesterday, and if just say Georgia, or Clemson are playing, maybe that night, Saturday night, and one of them lost, and say Georgia lost. Okay, then, but no, they still be treating y'all like trash because that was a bad loss. No. And now you got a whole week to listen to people tell you what a piece of garbage you are. People like me. You guys are trailer trash. You can't get. Let me see. You got Boston. You probably will lose that game. You got Memphis. People say Memphis is gonna be pretty good this year. You beat them, and you're gonna lose to Clemson. By October 5th, you might have 3 losses, and you might not even beat Duke. You're just an ordinary team. You are not great. You're not number 10 team in the country. You're just an ordinary team. Face it. You're just an ordinary team. Yeah. Let this be a lesson to you. Don't be asking for things. Don't be complaining about games. You just deal with what's in front of you because you are not Alabama, you are not Georgia, and you are not Ohio State. You're not even Notre Dame. At least Notre Dame's been to the championship game several times. Been to the playoffs. I know you've been to the playoffs years ago with Jameis Winston, but it's over for you guys. So just remember, it's a long season. Don't expect anything out of this season because it's pretty much over for you. That's got to be terrible knowing that the season just started and you are out after game one. I know it got to be crushing. I play football. I can't recall losing to anybody that we shouldn't have lost to. But that's another story. But anyway, I'm new to YouTube. I'm just started making videos. To those who watching, I know you're new because I just started. I would appreciate if you like the video. Comment on it, please. I need some feedback. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back with another one. And hopefully Florida State lose to Boston College, and I'll be back with another video on them. I'm out.